Standard disclaimer, I tend to go off on tangents, so content warning for my entire channel. Also, I am not an expert on anything I talk about. I'm just an internet troll explaining his view of the world. Throwing it back to more recently recorded me for the actual episode. Hello! Welcome to the first episode of Lyrical Poetry with the Wombat Kid. That's me. We're going to be examining lyrics as poetry here. You know, which is sort of what I called my series. Our first poem on this program is going to be called A Cold, Cold Christmas. This was written by Stephen Colbert for his Christmas special, A Colbert Christmas, The Greatest Gift of All, in 2008. If it was actually written by someone else, correct me in the comments because it drives engagement. This was a spin-off of his TV show, The Colbert Report. This is supposedly a black comedy, but it's just honestly really sad, which is probably why I think it was pushed off the main special and called a bonus track. We'll start by giving the poem a read-through, and then we'll discuss it. By which I mean I will. I can't hear you through your screen, Misty. Let's get into it. I want a cold, cold Christmas. I hope it's 20 below. Let a winter storm bury all that's warm in a bone-chilling blanket of snow. I thought you would love me forever. It turns out you wanted to part. Now I want a cold, cold Christmas to go with your cold, cold heart. Oh, I want a cold, cold Christmas, one that's bitter and barren and bleak, where the winter's foul and the west winds howl, and the sun doesn't shine for a week. You hung up my heart like a stocking, then went and stuffed it with coal. Now I want a cold, cold Christmas to gnaw at the depths of your soul. I'll be alone this Christmas. You'd think it would cut like a knife. But I'm numb inside, 'cause a part of me's died from the frostbite you spread on my life. Darling, Christmas with you, I used to love it so. We trade presents and kiss beneath the mistletoe. I said I loved you, and you said you loved me too. Remember? I said I loved you, and you said you loved me too? Well, those days are over now, but I still want you to know that even though I'm not the one you'll be kissing beneath that mistletoe, I'll be thinking of you every minute on this day of love and cheer, and every other minute of every other day of the year. I'm serious. So cold that it pierces your body, so cold that it hurts every breath. In fact, I wouldn't mind if you woke up to find your new man had frozen to death. So go have a cold, cold Christmas, a blustery landscape of pain. Though I'm warm in my skin, I'm still snowed in by the blizzard that fell in my brain. Only a week until New Year. That's when I'll make a new start. But first comes a cold, cold Christmas to go with your cold, cold heart. Your frozen, nasty heart. So yeah, we've got a lot to unpack here. Let's get started. Well, let's start with the fact that this is sort of, incel-y. I mean, I know it's supposed to be funny, dude, but you've got a lot of songs about stalking chicks. It is really weird. Let's just go into this. So, we start off with all normal stuff. You know, you said you'd love me forever, whatever. That's all normal. This is all poetic. But you get down to this bullshit. Guilt-tripping your partner because they don't want to be with you anymore isn't gonna make them want to be with you. Especially if they already got a new man, apparently. One that you hate so much that you're wishing him dead. Sorry she likes him more, buddy. I want to stress that I actually really like this song. It gets me into that sort of mopey Christmas mood that you want to get into sometimes. But this really isn't behavior you want to normalize. Like, if you wonder why your girlfriend's broken up with you and you really don't get it, and you're saying shit like this shit is why. You are too fucking insecure. That is a huge, huge turnoff for a lot of people, man. And like I said, I know this is a joke, but this kind of guilt-tripping incel bullshit is not good for people. Honestly, the thing that saves this from being complete cringe for me is just the part at the end where you acknowledge that in the new year you'll be able to make a new start, but first comes the cold, cold Christmas. It's nice that you're growing. You really should grow from something like this. And if you're not the kind of person that your partner wanted, and you want to be with somebody like your partner, maybe you should think about becoming the kind of person your partner would have liked. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but it's a lot better than sitting around and moping about it and blaming her for not liking you. And another thing, songs like this do not take the woman's perspective into account at all. I'm sure this guy's showing up to her house on Christmas Eve to say this shit to her. Like, if I was her, I would be scared shitless that my ex is showing up like this. Don't say this kind of shit to your exes. It's not fucking cool, dudes. Even as a joke. Now, I'm not going to say I'm great about this. I make lots of stalker jokes, but that's because I'm a creepy basement troll. It's sort of normal for me to be stalkery. And if you don't think I can see you through your screen, you're wrong, and I'm looking at you through a telescope right now. Much like Santa, I see you when you sleep or pee. Keep that in mind for bed tonight. And I'll see you in my next episode. I'm throwing it to the outro now. Yeah, I don't care that this is under 6 minutes. Live with it. That's the show. If you like what I do, why? Also, share, like, and subscribe. If you really like what I do, I'm still not understanding why, but you can leave me money at my Patreon, which will be linked in my description box. Remember those? That's what those are for. If you don't like what I do, make sure to down thumb this video, because it drives engagement. See you next time.